Am I the only one who thought license plates were just for cops and toll booths? For most of automotive history, that was basically true. A license plate was a simple, physical identifier, a piece of stamped metal that linked a car to its owner, primarily for registration and law enforcement. If a police officer needed to know who you were, they'd have to run your plate manually. If you went through a toll, a camera might snap a picture for billing. The data was siloed, used for a single purpose, and then largely forgotten. Turns out, that world is long gone. Not even close. Today, that simple piece of metal has become a powerful data point, a digital breadcrumb that tracks your movements across cities and states. And it's happening on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. Here's why that matters. The technology driving this transformation is called an automatic license plate reader, or ALPR. These systems are quietly and constantly building a searchable real-time map of where we go. And understanding how they work is the first step to understanding who is watching you. So, what exactly is an ALPR? At its core, it's a system of high-speed cameras combined with sophisticated software. The hardware comes in two main forms. First, there are fixed cameras, like the ones you might see mounted on traffic light poles, utility poles, or at the entrance to a neighborhood or shopping center. They are designed to capture every vehicle that passes through their field of view, 24/7. Then there are mobile ALPRs, which are often mounted on police cars or private vehicles, like tow trucks. These cameras scan plates of parked and moving cars as the vehicle drives around, but the camera is only half the story. The real power is in the software. As a car passes, the camera snaps a picture, or several, optical character recognition, or OCR, software, then instantly analyzes the image to identify and read the license plate number. But it doesn't stop there. The system also records a bundle of metadata, the exact time, date, and GPS coordinates of the scan. It captures a photo of the car itself, which can be used to identify the vehicle's make, model, color, and sometimes even distinguishing features like bumper stickers or roof racks. All of this information, the plate number, the location, the time, and the image, is packaged together and sent to a central server. The OCR software assigns a confidence score to the read, indicating how certain it is that it correctly identified the characters. This entire process, from capturing the image to logging the data, takes just a fraction of a second. Once in the database, the system cross-references the plate number against hot lists. These are lists of vehicles of interest, stolen cars, vehicles associated with Amber Alerts, or cars linked to felony warrants. If a scanned plate matches a number on a hot list, the system sends an instant alert to the relevant user, like a police officer's patrol car or a central dispatch. So who uses this technology? The list is longer and more varied than you might think. Law enforcement is the most obvious user. Police departments in thousands of cities use ALPRs to search for stolen vehicles and track suspects. But the private sector is an even bigger player. Companies like Flock Safety market their camera networks to homeowner associations, businesses, and private security firms. Repossession companies use mobile ALPRs to find cars with defaulted loans. Parking enforcement agencies use them to ticket violators automatically. And then, there are the data brokers, companies that simply collect this location data from various sources and sell access to it. Proponents argue that ALPRs are a game-changing tool for public safety, and they have a point. These systems are incredibly efficient. A single police car equipped with ALPRs can scan thousands of plates in a single shift, far more than an officer could ever check manually. This has led to the recovery of countless stolen vehicles and the quick resolution of Amber Alerts. For example, a stolen car used in a robbery might be flagged. Hours later, an ALPR camera on a highway hundreds of miles away gets a hit, giving police the vehicle's current location and direction of travel, leading to a swift arrest. These are powerful success stories, but there's a fundamental tension at the heart of this technology. To find that one car of interest, the system has to capture and store the location data of millions of innocent people. This creates a massive database of our movements, and with that database comes significant risks and controversies. The first is the risk of mass surveillance. When ALPRs are widespread, they can create a detailed log of our daily lives, where we work, where we live, who we visit, whether we attend a protest, visit a doctor's office, or go to a place of worship. This can have a chilling effect on our freedom of movement and association, even if we're doing nothing wrong. A key question is data retention. How long should this location data be stored? Some police departments have policies to delete non-hit data within days or weeks. But many private databases and even some law enforcement agencies keep the data for years, or even indefinitely. The longer it's kept, the more detailed the historical picture of your life becomes, and the greater the risk of it being misused or exposed in a data breach. Then there's the issue of data sharing. Who can access it? An agency might collect data, but then share it with hundreds of other local, state, and federal agencies through regional sharing systems. Private companies like Flock allow their customers, like HOAs, to share data with local police. This creates a vast, interconnected web of surveillance with little transparency. Your data, collected by a camera in one state, could be accessed by an officer in another, often under vague contracts and with minimal oversight, and that leads to the risk of misuse. There have been documented cases of officers using ALPR databases to track former partners or journalists. Without strict access controls and regular audits, the potential for abuse is high. Furthermore, the technology isn't perfect. OCR software can misread plates, especially in bad weather at odd angles or with non-standard plate designs. A misread O for a Q can lead to a false positive, causing an innocent person to be pulled over at gunpoint because their car was mistakenly flagged as stolen. There are also serious concerns about bias. Studies have shown that ALPR cameras are often deployed more heavily in lower-income and minority communities, meaning those residents are subject to far more surveillance than people in wealthier neighborhoods. This, combined with biased hot lists, can reinforce existing inequalities in policing. So, what does the law say? It's a mess. There is no federal law governing ALPRs. The legal landscape is a patchwork of state laws and local ordinances that vary wildly. Some states have strict limits on data retention, while others have no rules at all. Courts are divided on whether accessing historical ALPR data requires a warrant. The core legal question is whether we have a reasonable expectation of privacy in our public movements over time. The Supreme Court has suggested that long-term tracking can constitute a search, but the law is still catching up to the technology. Amid this uncertainty, what does good governance for ALPRs look like? Privacy advocates and some law enforcement leaders agree on several key principles. First, a clear public policy that specifies exactly what the system can and cannot be used for. Second, strict data minimization, a short default retention period for non-hit data, like 30 days or less. Third, strong access controls, requiring users to justify every search, and immutable audit logs to track who is looking at what and why. And finally, public transparency, including regular reports on how the technology is being used and independent audits to ensure compliance. The lack of clear rules has inevitably led to the courtroom. Lawsuits against companies like Flock Safety and various municipalities are challenging the legality of mass data collection and sharing. These cases, brought by civil liberties groups and private citizens, are pushing courts to decide fundamental questions. How long can data be kept? Who can it be shared with? And, crucially, is a warrant required to search the vast databases of our movements? The outcomes of these lawsuits will shape the future of surveillance in our communities. The bottom line is this: your license plate is no longer just a piece of metal, it's a key that unlocks a digital record of your life. This technology offers real benefits for public safety, but it comes with profound risks to privacy and civil liberties. The challenge is to strike a balance, to harness the benefits without building a pervasive surveillance infrastructure that operates in the shadows. As a citizen, you have a right to know how this technology is being used in your community. Ask your local police department and city council for their ALPR policies. Demand transparency, strict oversight, and clear rules. Because in this new digital age, the most important question is the one we started with: know who's watching.